Γεια σας. This is part 2 of my series on country, religion, family. Πατρίς, Θρησκεία, Οικογένεια. It's important to note that when our national saviors said Θρησκεία, they were referring to Greek Orthodoxy, as this is what they followed. Since I am a Hellenic polytheist, I will mostly be referring to both faiths, though some of my points relate to religion in general. Religion is something which I believe should be extremely important in a person's life. The level to which he participates in it really depends on the individual in most cases. Some people are devoutly religious, follow everything that their faith says, read all of their sacred texts, and attend all rituals or services associated with it. Others are in the middle, as it were, and act in accordance with their faith, read certain things, and or attend important rituals or festivals, and so on, but do not worship daily. Still others are faithful but eclectic, mixing and matching pantheons, following in a sort of New Age spirituality that those of us who are more along Reconstructionist lines find it difficult to understand. Finally, there are the secularists, posing as religious. These profess to follow a given faith, but never put in the effort to learn about it or to practice. They merely like the title. They differ from real secularists only because they may actually believe in some kind of higher power and don't try to force others not to follow any religion at all. Those who are truly secularists, in my opinion, are extremely dangerous. I'm not referring strictly to atheists, as the word only means not believing in a deity. There are some atheists who are spiritual and who follow religions of their own, though I know very little about them. These people, in contrast, automatically reject any kind of religious, spiritual, or supernatural thought as being false and or idiotic. Their world is painted strictly in black and white, and is dominated by science to the point that they refuse to accept that there are certain things which science, including parapsychology, simply cannot explain. This view promotes alienation and isolation from the world. While some may argue that they can appreciate the beauty of nature through mathematics, it's simply not the same as seeing it for its own sake, marveling at the stars and the sun and all manner of living things as having some kind of divine essence or origin. This attitude also promotes fatalism, another dangerous idea. This is the belief that nothing can ever change, and that you shouldn't even try to change things because all is hopeless. I'm not familiar with the actual philosophy which uses this name, so I'm referring to the common definition. It's a dark and lonely road, and the more people who travel down it, the more difficult it becomes to care for nation and family. Nowhere is this made more clear than in truly secular laws. Many times, these people lash out at the religious, but then attempt to impose their own values by stripping them of rights, while claiming that this is what the religious right is doing. Creating a law that says that I cannot wear a 12-pointed star for Hellenic polytheism is just as bad as a fundamentalist Christian creating a law which says that I must go to church every Sunday and worship Jesus. So there must be a balance, which is why people must be at least open to the ideas of religion and the divine in general, whether or not they personally believe in them. When this is achieved, religion can provide us with many things. Since it's usually taught in the home by the family, it can help to foster it can help promote quality time. Whether it's going to a church or temple, or even reading a sacred text and pouring libations at a home altar, the element of unity is there. For those who lead hectic lives, it also offers a chance to slow down and contemplate, both on the aspects of daily life and on the greater scheme of things. For children, religion can be a form of encouraging reading, studying, and investigation. It offers them a chance to explore their favorite heroes, myths, and time periods, thereby aiding in creating patriotism and national pride, which are two very important sentiments. Religious gatherings, or even small worship groups, can also offer the chance to make lifelong friends, or in the case of adults, partners, or even to find jobs. It's not uncommon during break times for people to talk about their lives, their families, and work. There very well may be a situation in which one person owns a business and needs an employee or knows of someone who does. If the religious community did not exist, the person who now has a job might still be looking for one. This sense of community can also be emotional. Even though we Hellenic polytheists are scattered throughout the world, and not all of us can meet offline, it's still a wonderful experience to be able to speak with a fellow worshipper of the gods. While someone else may be interested in or even teach mythology, the emotions involved in the discussion are far different when speaking with an actual believer, rather than someone who just enjoys the myths and the films. In conclusion, religion doesn't simply answer questions like, why does it rain, or why are we here? There are far deeper elements and meanings behind it than with a science or history class. It's for these reasons that I feel we need to be more involved in our faiths and to teach them to our children.